Alright guys, good morning. It is 4:17 and got my editor on the computer. The REM, remote editing machine, is all good. But I want to talk about something that I realized. And the title of this video, I'm going to go for our thumbnail shot right now. Gotta make myself look a bit crazy. But as you can see, I'm getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff. I want to get rid of pretty much everything I own. And the reason why, it comes down to something that I've been thinking about for a long time. This is not the first time I've done this. In fact, it's probably like the fourth or fifth time. But for whatever reason, it feels like what I truly want in life is literally just freedom. And I've experienced nothing close to the sense of freedom that I get when I would have like nothing and I'd wake up and just decide. And I'd be bored. I'd be like, what do I want to do today? Or I'd just be bored all the time. And you just get these thoughts of actually having human free will. Because I get in these perpetual cycles where I'm just waking up and doing things and waking up and doing things, and that's cool. Like I'm gonna end up doing stuff regardless. But what bothers me about it is there's a certain mindlessness to it when I just let it go on autopilot. And what ends up happening is I'm not motivated to even go after it at a certain point because I don't even really care. I think the biggest example of that for me has been, there's a few. One's like my pilot's license. One is a car. One is like clothing and improving my style. Just anything that I have to think about just kills my, I feel owned by it. And it's such a terrible feeling. Really, like for me, nothing compares to just not being owned by anything and just not wanting anything. I don't think anything beats that. So, just having all these things, it clutters my mind. And the way that I think about it is, what good is having things physically if all it does is just clutter my brain up? And pause, hold that thought, I have to change my battery. The point I'm trying to make is that I'm just sick and tired of autopiloting to achieve things that I don't even want. And I'm by far the happiest when I don't want things. So it's this mindset of freedom, which, it's funny, reading my old journals, that's really the only thing I care about. Is I just wanted freedom, 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 freedom. And for me, and I think honestly, for anybody, I mean, there's a paradoxical freedom of like, if you have everything, whatever, da-da-da. But really, for me, I've experienced the most freedom when I own very few things, and everything that I have in my life has a extreme, like, ultra clear rationality and usage behind it. And if something doesn't have that like daily staple, I'm using this every single day kind of efficiency to it, I don't own it. I'll give you a great example, like hair gel. I tried to own it and use it. I just couldn't be fucking bothered. I just could not care. I could not care less about putting in hair gel. quite frankly, same thing with like moisturizer and like all these products. Like, what the why? Like, really, why? I am supposed to have like two different scrubs for my face. Like, just no. And I think I was just on autopilot of so many of these things that you end up just having your energy just spread out across things that you don't really give a shit about. And that for me is how I get depressed. I get depressed not when, yeah, like for me, when I get sad, it's when I don't have sovereignty over even myself and my own mind. That's really when I get sad, is when other things are dictating my decisions. And I've been pretty good about not letting other people dictate my decisions, directly at least. I mean, if you want to consider marketing, then I've not been. But when it comes to, for example, if there's a party that I don't want to go to, I'm just going to say I don't want to go. And at this point in my life, I don't get invited to things I don't really want to go to. So the thing that I am controlled by, though, is the products. It's the whatever, and I've been pretty good about not being a chaser of like a mass market in theme trend. Like, I never saw something on TikTok or Instagram and like, I need to buy that. But at the same time, it's no better what I did, which is pretty much I just let myself accumulate a whole bunch of things. And the issue with that is when you let things through your wall of this is now my possession, and you don't care about it enough to use it and have it thoroughly be yours, then it ends up just being like, it just feels like reposited energy in a thing. There's just an instinct of my mind that cares about that thing. And then when you multiply that by all the things you have, you no longer have any mental space. Right? I think my definition of freedom is the absence of obligation. It's not, again, for me, freedom is not like a thing. It's a multitude of not having things, if that makes sense. It's just not having a lot of things that other people are forced to have. And yeah, I just want to be hyper intentional, because you let that guard slip and you end up with a whole bunch of things that you don't care about. And I don't know if this is a universal experience, but for me, those things just make me not want to get out of bed in the morning. And that's the hard part, is I will say to myself that I want these things. Like, I look at this vision board that I made, and every time I try and make vision boards, I'm like sitting there desperately trying to find things that I think I care about. I'm like, I don't really want a supercar, so maybe I want a vintage car, or maybe I want a plane. And the truth is that if I wanted if I seriously wanted those things, I could move money around and probably get it figured out. I probably already would have. And that's like, it's such a rude awakening, because when I sit here and I'm just real with myself that I don't give a damn about half these things, or pretty much all these things that I said I did and based my whole life around, it explains why I don't feel motivated sometimes. Fuck, even my hair is an example. I don't care about thing, and to be honest, I'm contemplating shaving my head again. When I do this shit, everyone also thinks that like I'm going crazy or something, and whatever, because these are the times in my life again where I'm the most happy. I don't know. I just wanted to turn on the camera today and then share my thoughts, because it really is such a peaceful but also rude awakening that every goal I've set for myself, really in the last like six months or so, whatever, I just don't care. I really don't. And now there are the select few that I do care about, but that's the issue, is the select few that I care about are being sacrificed as a result of the many multitude of things that I don't care about. And there's goals that you don't care about, but then there's also things. And when I look at the things aspect, that's where, I don't know, for me, I just go extreme and I just don't want anything. I just don't want to think about anything. What are my needs as a human are just so low, not because I'm some toughie or holier than thou. It's just I couldn't be bothered to have to worry about half the stuff that I'm supposed to worry about. And as a result of trying to convince myself to worry about them, I just feel drudged down and tired. So I'm going to keep doing it, but my goal is to just look at something and I ask myself the question, do I use this every day? Is this something that like genuinely matters to me? And 99.9% of the time the answer is going to be no, and I'm just going to throw everything away in the garbage where the answer is no. And my goal is to end up with few pairs of pants, few shirts, hoodie and a hat, some socks, my work setup, and I don't even want a bed frame. If I could just snap and get rid of it, it wasn't such a pain to move it, I would. In fact, when I lived here before moving to Toronto, I didn't have a bed frame. I just slept on a mattress on the ground and I would like flip it up onto the wall vertically during the day. And I would rather that 10 times over what I have now, where I have this big honking bed frame and the nightstand. I hate it. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I just don't want to deal with it. I just don't like it. I just want less. I just want nothing. I really just want to own nothing. And that's what I'm going to try and move towards. So you're seeing me in the process. Like I said, I've done this many times before, but it's a constant culling that you have to go through. And also just, I think the most important part is reminding yourself what you do want, because that's what enables you to actually understand what you're trying to get rid of and why. So yeah, I haven't slept, but my editor's working on my video. That's back on track. I have client meetings today, and I'm working on the business video for TJR. Now that the main channel video is kind of out of my hands, quite frankly, for now at this point. There's still like work to be done that I have to do, but my editor's working on it. And yeah, I'm moving in the right direction. I'm feeling a lot back to what I know I should be doing. And I don't know. I hate that I've been so doomy gloomy for the majority of the series that you guys have seen documented, because honestly, I don't feel that way. It's a constant roller coaster. I feel quite good most days, And I guess you guys just get the worst of it because there's nobody else that I talk to about this stuff. Regardless, though, it has been good, and I guess maybe it's a good thing to share the negatives. Anyways, I'm going to get back to getting rid of stuff, and yeah, I'm just waiting around for my client meetings. As I said, because I'm just going to be talking so much today, I'm not really flow state productivity, I'm just going to dedicate today to getting the client meetings done, as I have to do anyways, and then most importantly, getting my self situated in what I actually want, and as a result of that, being able to attack the things that I want super aggressively. So that again is the business channel video for TJR, and then also just like a database reactivation, whatnot, to get some clients back on board. A lot of the denied revenue that I have. So that's the plan for the day, and we're gonna have to see how I'm feeling sleep-wise. That's something I have not accounted for yet, but regardless, I'll keep you updated.